Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm hoping that everything's working because it doesn't look like it is right now. But we are starting new projects. The unfortunate thing about starting the new project now is that most of it is pretty much only available based on what I can dig off Twitter. So we're actually going to go ahead and do that and just yank a bunch of images straight off Twitter and work from there. Oh well, we have Twitter and we have the preview of the event, and that is kind of about where we're sitting. That looks a lot smaller than it's supposed to be. Hold up, I think I just did that incorrectly. No, it's supposed to go like this and did go like this. There we go. Open image in a new tab. Yep, okay. So from a later of what I'm seeing, I can definitely get a full portrait of the first round of the gacha, which I believe is Satsuki and Makoto. I'm seeing if there's a full portrait of Ibuki and Iroha. There is not. Okay, we'll have to do some cross-referencing, but otherwise we should be good with just these. But since we're starting a little bit ahead of schedule overall in terms of how I plan everything, we can actually do a little bit of how exactly I go about yanking stuff to get all the references. One is very much I just open up Twitter, so now I have all the images. You know, I can actually just more or less put this on the screen at this point. So currently just have 5 images. We have the a full portrait of the 3 that's in the first round. I'll see if I can get a better shot of Ibuki and Iroha, but I'm gonna go a little bit bigger given that we have the time. Basically, this is going to be the August project. So effectively, there's about 5 weeks. We take into account the when August is ending, which is ending on a Monday, so that's a little awkward. But what I think we need to do now is actually go into the trailer and just yank a bunch of screenshots from it. This is very loud. So what I really need is, as wild as it sounds, I need to know what is happening on the lower half of the 2 who are a little bit cut off. Isn't there like a shot? I feel like there was a well, Iroha is here. I mean, there's definitely some kind of slipper there. What do we have here? No? I can see some kind of beach slipper that you can kind of peek out in the memorial lobby pre. What shot was that had a little bit of her feet in there? Not this one. Is it not this one? Well, somewhere. Can we just get those waves out of the way? So we can kind of see these, like, what, a little bit of ribbon there. So I think we should at least try and keep that somewhat into account while dealing with this. And then switch over to ebook. Do I have a good shot of what? Are those Crocs? Well, at the very least, it doesn't look like there's anything else on the legs, so, whether the feet are actually going to be visible is more of a, thing based on how the drop goes, but I think that should be more or less okay to work with. There's also, this shot of the promotional thing where, they've got, well, basically a pirate uniforms on. Or pirate clothes on as they set sail here. Indo says that they're avoiding the heat and the setting sails into the wide open seas here, but all of the well, I think 4 out of 5 is on the beach when it comes to the actual design. I think only Makoto looks more on the pirate end, and a lot of the actual image material here, you know, is still just a standard swimsuit along with, well, a suitcase, because they're trying to avoid the summer heat. So I think I don't think we need the screens immediately from the trailer. I think that should be okay, but let me just pick all of these out and slam them into the reference folder first up. This is Chiaki, and then we've got Satsuki. I have that thing indicator. This is Makoto. Then we've got at least the base shot of Ibuki and Iroha to work off on now. And while it seems like a fun thing that they're doing this pirate ship thing where the sitting sail to the sea, I think for all intents and purposes of what we're doing here, we're just going to ignore that. One, because I don't really have a good shot of all the things they're wearing, apart from basically Makoto, who's right at the front of the promotional shot. And I think that is about as good as it gets, regardless. Let me have a look at some of the other material here. Not this one. Yeah, I think that's about all they're currently showing for the Alright, what's in this one? Oh, here we are. Is this event anime PV? Watch the video here. Let us watch the video here. Okay, so we can get a full shot of Ibuki and Iroha here. Let me just turn down the playback speed so I can just pick stuff out here. Let me get a front shot of Ibuki twirling here. Okay, let me just do that. And then can we get that off the screen, please? Do that. Okay, give me this. Give me the whole thing. Okay, let's say Ibuki full. Then there is about... is there a shot of Iroha with her sandals? No, there is not. This is her just barefoot. Well, there'll be a bit of feet here, but whatever, everyone loves it, so here we have Iroha. Just do that. The next one, let's see, do I have a full shot Chiaki here? That is a very close-up shot of her crotch area, but okay. Don't know if I can get a full shot of the other three, but for them it's less of a problem since I have also the just a regular image as well. Okay, I think we'll just work with that for now. Alright, let's close this window. I think that's good enough for now. Okay, so the goal for the day is just to create a plan. Not even so much as a draft, just primarily a plan of something to work with. So it is going to be the usual of me just throwing lines at a canvas and just hoping something sticks. It can go a little up in scale, but also taking the learnings from the previous couple of projects, if we greatly reduce the number of motions and have some purpose-built motions, even though it moves a lot of different parts, we can still kind of cover it just by limiting the degree of motion. So I think we're going to go large here. We're going to go with the full 5. So it's mostly a matter of deciding what to do with the direction. What is this pencil? Why is it so big? Why was that so big? What was I doing with that? Okay, that feels okay. Alright. I think in terms of the perspective, kind of want to have like a downward kind of shot. At least for something I did think about in my head a little bit at release. Why does this pencil feel really thick? Why is this? This feels really thin. Let me just make that thinner. If we do a downward shot onto the ground, because belly is like about here. Crotch is what, like about here. So what kind of want the leg to be what going? Just be more. I'm trying to angle the body a little bit while just eyeballing it. Let's see how this feels after a bit. Okay, kind of want to position her head so that it'll be right against the right side of the canvas here. I want the perspective to be like a little bit of looking downwards towards the ground. Let me just put this into a folder here. So let's just say, let me just do this. Let's see, what am I doing here? So I kind of want to make it so that her head here is looking up. So her, I feel like I'm doing the perspective wrong in general. It's kind of want the angle where her neck would be like more around here. A little bit hunched over, so when we get body, I don't want to direct this backwards, right? So it'll almost be what, like knee. The knee has to be like about here, like literally right up against the or visually right about against the front here. Am I looking at the angle correctly? If I'm looking, just trying to visualize what I'm trying to do in my head a bit more clearly. How sharp should this angle actually be? I think that's actually okay. Let's bring the knee in a little bit more here. Let me just... Oh, don't cut the layer, please. Because we kind of want the perspective itself to be what? Let me just make a new. Should be looking down at her. I don't know what, at like this angle. Okay, let me just take a look at... I need a squashing pose. Can I find this on Pinterest? Let's find out. Like, it's really just a matter of like how up do I want to bring the knees. And how to get her the knee should be. You can bring it, what, like up to your chest. Like, you bring your knees upwards towards your chest. Why does every photo showing this pose have the person also holding one hand up towards their head? Okay, there's actually one with mildly useful levels of information. Physically, the head should be above the knees, the knees should be facing or pointing forward to maintain balance. Sure. Is it a thing where you have to keep one arm forward to keep balance? So why is everyone doing that? That's kind of vague. Alright, let me just turn her a little bit here. Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. How does this work again? How do you throw up a peace sign? Thumb inside, forefinger, middle finger, pinky ring finger on the outside. Okay. um. Hello there, how you doing? Kind of want to put what leg outwards, right? Then one leg up. Did someone get real angry again? I don't hear any of it. I stay very far away from the community in general. I don't partake in it. I think I need the body here to be angled a bit more. Either way, let's just say that we'll put in Ibuki. key here. I mean, what fun thing happened this time? Hum. Indeed. Like, I mean, that depends on the level of the pity, doesn't it? Was there something that got announced during the stream? Like how all the things are just like sudden monetization changes. Hmm. I mean, that's certainly a way to increase revenue on these limited pools, because let's be a little frank, it is honestly pretty good rates during limited banners. I'll see how it feels. I'll probably go through the pools in 2 days, so see how horrific it is by then. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think I've like sparked once during the like anniversary limited rates. Well, I've only needed to spark like once. I mean, it definitely hurt people who go with the I want everything approach. Um, bum. because there is a reality that, I mean, if you play kind of closer to what I do, which is I basically bank for the limited characters. Like, since I started playing again, I haven't spent money on any of the limited gachas. I basically have everything. So, like, players like me generally, like, hurt the system, right? Because, like, I'm not spending any money on it. Because, like, it's a business in the end, so... If someone actually wants all the characters, they're gonna pay for it. Like, it doesn't really change anything. Like, if you're a paying player, like if you're someone who actively puts money into the game and the rates end up being so bad that it just feels really bad, then you have a right to be upset. But I mean, I don't put money into the game. Like, I would just take whatever they throw out. So, you know, my opinion doesn't really matter in the long run anyway. I mean, the battle pass is just kind of funny. It just, like, existed for, what, a month at a time before disappearing again. I mean, it's like either a thing you need to have from the start or just not have it at all. Because, if you look at the more recent game, it's like, it's basically been in there since the start, and it's not been a problem. You know, I will say, the amount of resources you get in Stellar Sora is significantly higher than in Blue Archive. I don't know, I always just sit down with the general opinion, like, I'm not a spender, so I don't really have a right to really say anything. Like, the game is a business. It's like, it's a live service game. You have to accept that they're gonna make business decisions. If you're not one of the people, you know, contributing to their business goals, then, like, your complaints don't technically matter. that too much of an angle? Probably better just have like the foot like in like literally right here. Have her butt behind her head, like right about here. And here you can once again see how much I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to a very thick character. What am I dealing with here? I'm really trying to fit 5 characters into a standard 1920 by 1080 canvas without having anyone in the background. It's not really working. Let me just make you a different color so I can just draw on top of this area. It's like, was it? This is also one of those games where the reality is they have enough of a player base that will complain but suck it up anyway, that they can make decisions, like make these big sweeping decisions anyway. Maybe we'll just see how many people just complain but end up spending all the money anyway. Let me just see if I can find a reference point for. Let's see. How do we do the arm here? Do it up or do we do just across? Actually, no, her arm shouldn't be visible if she's holding the camera, right? I'm gonna just like stretch out, because you need to hold arm out and then up, and then up. The camera wouldn't catch the hand or the arm. That probably also doesn't help that I need extra real estate for all of them because they all have horns. And well, the two that don't have horns, well, one has a ton of hair. Okay, let us rearrange this a little bit. I think we're just gonna literally have to have like the top, literally like shoulder portion of Chiaki here. But I think, okay, Buki, I think you're gonna have to go like here. I think I'm gonna have to just, although I put you like closer this way, and then we're gonna move Iroha along like this way. And then we'll move Satsuki across like this way. Gonna do a very busy shot, but that actually gives me more space for you. Because you can now just be like the left of the screen. But you're the one holding the camera. Now the question is, how much can I actually get away with not drawing parts of the body? Bup, 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 bum, bup, bum. I mean, I feel like that's such an inside joke that it can only somewhat work within the community. Do I want to turn Chiaki's head a little bit? Or is it more, do I want to have the head straight and then turn it? Oh, does she have the thing where the horn only has the layering detail on the outside? Oh boy. But I have not missed the horns very much in Live2D, so we'll see how much I can put together for that. Because I need to look up at the camera, so it's more or less just facing forward for the most part. I'll reduce the amount pulling her face down a little bit. Gosh. You go scrunchy behind here. But here is mostly straight. Then get a little bit of this out of here. It's mostly straight and then just like a bun of hair, so... hum. Horns should probably not be that hot. It's probably more like they are here. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, bum. How low is this? Actually, that might be a bit far out. Let's bring this in a bit. Yeah, that feels a little far out. Ba, 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 bum. I don't think at this angle we'll be seeing any of the opening here. Should this be more in? This probably more in. Because her collarbone would be like what, like right about here. So this should come in a whole bunch. Just be a little bit over her collarbone. Maybe like just the very top of this part. What would be doing would be literally going over her breasts here. The top will be like right here, and then her chest will be coming out like right here. Because this arm literally needs to like stretch to the side here. This is loose, right? So this will be like a really long or low opening of her actual like arm. Because this thing is basically may as well be transparent as tight to the top, but not to the bottom here. So you just bring her arm out to the side. Should I be more up? Hmm. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Bum. Ba-ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. You know, after the great failure last time, I'm doing basically the same pose again on Satsuki as I tried to do on Shun. Bum, bum, bum. I feel like I should change the hit a little bit here. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. What do I do with this? This definitely feels more like just my unfamiliarity with like the style character. Hmm. Bum, bu- 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 bum, bu- bum. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Let's make a new layer. Well, I just try and draw her around the others. I have a clear, at least a more clear image because I'm just more familiar with the style. I feel like I can get a rough in a bit more cleanly. And I'm eyeballing just like crazy. Ha hum ha hum. Ha hum ha hum. Hum hum ha hum hum. Hum ha hum ha hum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, good. Cheers, stopping by. Um. What is that? Oh, the bag. Hmm. Oh, whatever, it just needs to be a rough sketch for now. bum, 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 bum. Hum, hum, hum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, ba, bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, bum, ba, bum. Hum, 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 hum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, ba, bum. Hum, 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 hum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, bum. I really managed to tie that sun hat around her hair. So that's like pull underneath her hair. And this should kind of just like bulk out over the top to make it. Okay, I need to figure out what those has the key. We can just cover. My culture was just sand. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, beyond that, would like literally just squeezing Satsuki into that gap. Let's just get good old. At this angle, would be what? I want to like have a what are like buckets you use to play with sand would be like almost on what this kind of angle, right? And well, you have like the shovel sticking out of it. Maybe have the scoop pot be like a little bit visible, but just like that. And maybe make just a little bit thicker around the edge. The real challenge with this currently is which I just don't recognize what I'm doing by tomorrow. Okay, let me make a duplicate of this, then turn this off. Then we're gonna go back through here. I'm just gonna remove a bunch of lines that basically are behind other things for now, but keeping a version that has everything basically intact, because that's gonna be needed for when I'm doing parts. Ibuki's at the front, Iroha's at the back. Basically, some of her hair doesn't need to be visible behind Satsuki. Then Makoto is basically just gonna be a head. So, okay, so I think the important bit is actually one, how everything needs to look. Because I think what we want to do is start with the shot basically on like a close-up of Chiaki's face and kind of swing it around in a bit like she's adjusting the camera. So it'll be a bit of zooming, a bit of panning. I think it should be okay to do like a tight shot like this. Just need to worry about perspective mostly. Alright, do I want to try and do it that first? sketch here, or should we sit with this one now? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually just sit down for a bit and think about the degree of motion that I need. Once again, we're going with very limited levels of motion per piece, because that just basically allows me to do more characters, but less motions, because it doesn't need to accurately hit the corners whenever you have two parameters doing like an X and a Y. Basically, any motion that we do is only going to be a single parameter, same as last time. And that should mean that I could get away with doing a very crowded and busy scene. But that is basically what I'm going to do. And since there won't be anything happening on screen, we'll finish up here for the day with the basic idea of the whole canvas done. We will be needing to overflow this time because we want to have the camera pretty much on Chiaki's face primarily to start. Don't know if I need to reduce the shoulder width is one thing right now. Which one's Chiaki? This one. Do I actually want to reduce shoulder width a little bit? Maybe. Yeah, actually I think I do. Probably want to cut down to probably about here. Let's just do that real quick. Let's just cut down to about like here. And to about like here. I mean this side's like, let's just say shoulders about there. Like, just get rid of waters. But either way, I'll have a think about all the motions, and then we'll come back to this, and I could pretty much just start on the lines immediately. I'm doing this very much in a way where I can get away with a very minimal amount of background and environment. The funnest bit actually that I don't have right now is Ibuki's halo, which I believe is actually quite large. There's her halo in this shot, it's like in the background. Yeah, it's actually quite large, so it's actually at this angle going to cover up a little bit of Iroha and Satsuki a little bit, which will be a little bit awkward, but that's just kind of what happens with block eye pieces. You have to take the halo into account somewhere. Alright, so either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of drafting. I'll have a think about whether this is good to go, or we'll rework this next time. So you're going to see more of this as we work along this into August. Be sure to be subscribed, leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you again next time.